So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We're continuing on with MSQ, though I don't exactly know where we left off because triple question mark doesn't exactly answer a whole lot of questions. So, to Falcon's Nest. Oh man, after what went down here, I don't know if I'd be comfortable returning, like, at all. Causes and costs. What I said, I wished to speak with you after the conference. I confess I envisioned rather happier circumstances. If anything, however, the latest tragedy makes the need more pressing. There are things I must say. Not to the Warrior of Light, or even my fellow Scion, but to you, Bren, my friend. But not here. No. But of course. The Intercessory in Camp Dragonhead is still open to us. Let's go there. Yeah, we're probably gonna go a ways out in order to talk. I don't exactly trust the bars here anymore. Might get something worse than a sleeping tonic. Let me in! It's cold, sir. Let me in. Hey there, DJT. We're continuing with MSQ for Heavensward. Where did you get those?
Forgive me. That took longer than expected.
I just want to know where they came from to know if they're safe to drink. If you made them, I'm fine with it. If somebody else made them.
You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss. It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I, in our very own falling snows, as Lord Horseron called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight. And why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was.
Rescuing Estinian? You're allowed to have smaller goals.
I want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him.
Sometimes it's better not to have a goal as big as save the world, but instead little ones that you know help out the people closest to you, and that in turn does help save the world.
When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emmerich and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emmerich is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
I think even my character is wary of the drinks at this point. Every time. Every time. Oh, or because they're thinking of Harshaphant. Because this is his place. We'll find a way to save him.
We will. I know we will.
Gotta at least try. Even if it's just to make ourselves feel better by having tried. Thank you, Bryn. It's unfair for me to unburden myself in this matter, time after time, but I'm glad that you permit me nonetheless. My true friend and ally. What are friends for? If not, you know, to be a shoulder to talk to or cry on. Though not all of our fellow Scions will support our stance on Estinian, I have faith that we'll win them over in due course. Such is the infectious power of hope. Right. That is quite enough solemn introspection for one night. I think we would both benefit from some time in the company of Tataru. She stays for us at Forton's Manor. Let's not keep her waiting any longer. At least we have places we can go back to. Even if the wider hole of Ishgard is kind of giving us the side eye at the moment. Yet again, we walk in all too a familiar path. I'm reminded of when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted succor in our hour of need. We were saved, and now it is our turn to return the favor.
Hear, hear. Let no one say that the Scions do not repay their debts. After all, what kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends? If we stopped looking for Yida and Papalimo, or if we gave up hope of bringing Minfilia back?
Though she knew it would Though she knew it would cost her dearly, Minfilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the true nature of this star, of the rift between Zodiark and Hydaelyn, and of the Ascians' aspirations. But for all that has been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn. In any event, I think it is time we step back from the fray and carefully conspire our next course of action. It would not be easy to turn this tragedy into triumph, but we'll find a way. We will. Okay. Get level 240 gear, Slipstream, Hellfire, and Torrent attire, but I'm probably just going to go with Gold Piece. We also get a pedal stance, apparently, whatever that is. Emote-wise. You've learned the emote battle stance. Don't I just click the stick for that?
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the Wyrm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still. To the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
When it comes to Matoya, that feels a tad like shade. You. So I'm being watched, huh? Oh, but you're being watched in turn. Or like that person of interest meme where one's holding a gun behind the other person's head, but then the other one's doing the same thing, and then there's this guy up in the rafters with the sniper rifle.
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raised their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Foton, Heavensward, The Gears of Change. Meanwhile, with Papalimo and Yida.
Caution, Yida, that's all I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them, not until we know more.
You know, you'd think we'd do more to hide the tattoos, since they're a really good indicator that we're scions. Guns? I'm trying to figure out what the click would have been. The man within. Ah, Master Nightmare, it's well that you're here. You're wanted within. I believe Master Elfino wishes to have a word with you.
The Scions will find a way. I just know we will.
Ah, Bren, there you are. Have you a moment? There's something I would fain discuss. I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of a Stinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his fateful transformation at Azizla, I feared him lost forever. But the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endured must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Y'shtola and Kryl for a more empirical appraisal, and full glad I am that I did, for it would seem that we have some observations of their own to share.
The ladies have saved us a bit of trouble at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go?
Excellent. Let's not keep our honored colleagues waiting. Right, to the Forgotten Snow then. It's actually right down here. It's not too far. It's down at the Broom, looks like. Either the Broom or the church. The Broom. The tattoos are more of a symbol you have a university degree and less of a scion thing? Oh. Well, to be fair, I haven't met a whole lot of these scholars from Sharlayan. Especially since part of the school went kaboom. It just happens that scions are educated, Minfilia and the twins don't have them, as well as the B-team.
The name does this establishment a disservice. Remarkably few of its patrons seem inclined to drink their way to oblivion. I do begin to see why Tataru chose to work here.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humours.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the great Wyrm.
Semblance? Meaning it's not actually Nidhogg. Or his core body, anyway.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the Wyrm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I'd sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean...
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Wyrm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
Well, the soul's hardly surviving with the eyes in, either.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
We're gonna do a dungeon meshy where it's like, oh, if we just separate the dragon part from the human part and then we eat the dragon part so it can't regenerate. This feels like where we're going.
Ah, I found you at last. A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Hanawa.
Hanawa. I'm gonna struggle with that so much.
Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then, Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
Yeah, but I'm just as rash as he is. I'm probably worse. Right, I forget about you, Gramps. Every time.
More of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
Meanwhile, bartender, what the heck, dragon? Methinks I mulled this wine a bit too much.
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg. Death to Nidhogg.
I mean, if we rip the eyes out of Estinian, isn't that gonna do it anyways? He is also a child, yeah. What news is Sir Emmerich to share with us, I wonder? Hey there, Snoopy Pants. We are continuing onward with the MSQ for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. Might Sir Emmerich perchance have received word from a Dravanian in advance? Or mayhap they've located Esti. That is to say, mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Come, we must hear what the Lord Commander has to say. We're currently trying to see if there's a way to save Estinian. Will we succeed? Who knows?
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Wyrm.
I personally have a guess. You know, over in Mogholm, where we do all of our crafting, there has this big cloud surrounding an island that we haven't addressed. I'm assuming he's maybe there because it looks really purple and really angry.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the Wyrm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You say that, and yet I have felled at least half a dozen immortals. You underestimate me severely.
You speak of Hraesvelga?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
You've slain multiple gods, but I don't think you'll be able to hold up against a dragon. Never mind, you've beaten quite large dragons in some of your dungeon raids.
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelga's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal, and if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
And will it make him so mad that he strikes back against us?
Thank you. Both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
You know, we got the sister dragon being held in Allegan technology suspended. Any way to do the same thing to Nidhogg, maybe? She's there willingly, but maybe they have more than one holder? Put him in timeout. Bad dragons get the naughty burrito. Gotta get him out of that stinky armor. I told him to change that and to scrub it. I somehow doubt Hraesvelgar would be pleased to see us, but for Estinian's sake and the countless others, I suppose we must risk his displeasure. I see the sheep you got around here to make lye with to get that off your dang armor. Maybe make yourself a good bar of soap. It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we now face. It's no imposition, Sir Emmerich. To Bryn and I, Ishgard is a second home. After the many battles we've fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight to your nation has become our own. If there's aught we can do to aid in the salvation, then pray and pose all you must. You are true friends. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shade will strike, but we must assume that time is not our ally. Indeed, with that in mind, I've taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Tataru that she'll be escorting me to Samal. I confess I did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are yet unknown to me. We will summon Hraesvelgar at the zenith in the churning mists. Ere we begin our ascent, however, I think it's best that we pay a visit to Enix Shrine. You seek an advantage in the coming negotiations. I do. I wish to consult with Vidofnir. I propose as part of concern for her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it could have grave consequences for our alliance. That part she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well resonated. To the Dravanian Forelands, then. To Enix Shrine. This is over by the Voth, which I might make a pit stop at. Because I do believe they are ready for the next level of their quest. That will give me more things to work on. Right above. Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and their companions. What bringeth you to mine abode? Well, we have a favor, and we're also wondering how you're doing, taking a spear to the back. Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. You are the guest of honor at our conference. We failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. I am a dragon full grown, and though thou thought to protect me, mortal, I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace, when man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancor. For a truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. As much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Samal, to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou knowest all well, as I know he will answer. Race Valgar's heart remains unchanged then, a pity. But if it's folly to hope, then I'm content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way of thy kind. It's almost like we only live for less than 100 years or something. Go then, but be warned. The Shade's presence hath driven its minions into frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Let's see. For tenacity, determination. Oh, it's a strudel. I thought it was going to be a hash brown. A bit more tater. Lucia's reporting described Enix Trine in detail, but her words failed to convey the overwhelming strangeness of standing here in the Demez of Dragons? I don't actually recognize the one. I know he means like den. Winning over the Wyrm. Though I suspect no better answer from Vidofnir, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. It would seem that our presence at the Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let's begin our ascent. After you, Master Alphino. Scout ahead if you wish, Bren. We shall join you outside Moghelm. Oh, because I got things to do here. I got some other missions to take care of. To be fair, most of the opponents on Nidhogg's level were defeated with asterisks. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, if we stick them in the old holding cell for a little while, it is a little bit like Dragon Jail if you think about it. Till he can see peace between dragon and man, and then maybe chill the heck out for a little while. This isn't meant to be a punishment, it's meant to be time out. A symbiotic friendship.
Master, what a pleasant surprise. Even though you're so busy with your own quests, I'm glad you always stop by to help me with the Adventurers Guild. I cannot have done without you.
At the very least, until he learns to either accept that man and dragons get along now, and that humans are mortal, and therefore, you know, we kind of didn't commit the sins against you that you think we did, our ancestors did, but they're very dead. Or at least two, he learns to leave us the heck alone. Like, fine, I'll behave, but I'll do it over here.
Our colony thrives, Master. Our new brothers and sisters are inspired by the Guild's beginnings and your generous help. Many now seek the tutelage to become adventurers themselves. They seek me as the one who learned from you. I would say more, but you know I'm no good with these things. No good at all. The words come out strange.
Yeah, me too.
But the storyteller wanted to see you too. I think he could tell you better than I. Kind hunter, generous hunter, you've contributed to our humble hive more than you know, and for that we're truly grateful. The Overmind now knows of our strength. We're certain that he'll do all in his power to keep his hold on the One Mind, but there's always be those who stray. There will always be the Voth. More Voth means more individuals, those with different minds and feelings. We cannot hope to agree on everything, but we accept this divergence. Even if it leads to clash among ourselves, it's worth our freedom.
Now how to teach it to dragons?
Through our colony's trials to preserve our existence, we will continue to tell our story, and we do not forget those who have joined us in our struggles. We had no choice when we once linked to the Overmind, but now we choose to strengthen our bonds with you, Hunter. You may ever consider us your brothers and sisters.
Reputation up. You've achieved Bloodsworn reputation with the Voth. Receive experience bonus upon completing daily quests.
Welcome back to the Lost South Voth. Look around, our hives have flourished. We're grateful for your guidance and for leading us to this new way of life. What of the Overmind? He had seeds in his hive, but we are certain he will think twice before threatening us again, as long as we have the Adventurers Guild and our cherished friends.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, I'm done!
I finished the Voth quests!
Yay! Away. Okay, MSQ. That was a lot quicker than I thought it would be. I thought they were going to send me on a quest, and it's like, nope, you're done. Congratulations. Go play. But that also means I don't have anything else to grind, which means I need to unlock at least one more. The Lord Commander seems lost for words, nor can I blame him. I recall being similarly awestruck when I first beheld this vista. We're wrapping up Heavensward, slowly but surely. We're getting her done. I had heard tales of the world beyond the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I'm reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estinian and Ysail walked at our side.
Koopa-po? Is that you, Bren?
Ah, if it isn't Mog. Mog something.
Don't tell me you forgot my name, Kupo! After all we've been through together! But at least you remember me! You do remember me, don't you, Bren?
Oh no. How could I have forgotten Moglin? Of course I do, Moghan. Apologies, friend, but Moogles all look the same to me. Oh no. Oh no. I have a feeling it might not be either of these. Normally it's the first one that is technically correct. But if I mess up... Oh no. Oh dear. I guess I'll just be honest.
I see, Kupo. Then I suppose our time around the campfire meant less to you than I thought it did. It's Moghan, by the way.
So the first one was incorrect.
By putting our shared histories to one side, what brings you and your friends to Moghan, Kupo?
To be fair, he's allowed to feel the same about humans and me.
Oh, another audience with old Hraesvelgar. Well, I hope you've brought the horn, Kupo. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the Great Wyrm's ears easily enough.
Ah, that's good to hear, Moghan. Thank you. We had best press on to the zenith, while the winds are in our favor. I feel bad.
Now that one's unexpected, Kupo. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear about this.
Oh, Moglin's the chief. Okay. I'm sorry, they're all named Mog in my dyslexic brain. How does one tell a Moogle that they're face blind and also bad with words? And therefore names.
Don't worry, Kupo. I do it to people, too.
I don't mean to do it. I don't want my brain to work like that. But it does. I can still do the society quest, you just need to get the tribe's currency. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that at the moment though. I want to focus mostly on story to get it done before summer heat blasts me. Pray sound the horn, Bren. Now that the game runs my PC a lot hotter after the 7.0 graphics update. Woo! We must win Hraesvelgar to our cause. Fail in this, and Ishgard's fate will be all but sealed. How does it play notes? Does it have little tiny finger holes like an ocarina? You dare summon me again, mortals.
Great Hraesvelgar, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelgar. I am Emeric de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
To parley. Thinkest thou try purpose unclear to me? Thou art come to beg mine aid in the battle against the shade of my blood brother.
You foresaw mine intent.
I but read that which is writ plain in thine eyes. Would that thou had wit enough to scry the answer in mine. My beloved Shiva did once build a bridge twixt man and dragon, a bridge which thy treacherous forefathers saw fit to tear down, as thou well knowest. Thinkest thou Nidhogg was alone in despairing at the murder of our brood sister? Thinkest thou mine old soul did not cry out for vengeance? Know then that upon that accursed day my heart did wither in my breast, and thy kind became unto me the harbingers of despair. I'm not even from this continent, though. Come on, man. 'Tis only Shiva's gentle dream that preventeth me from flying at Nidhogg's shoulder. Be grateful that I swore to abjure aggression ere I consumed her. I permit my children to offer or deny thee aid as they see fit, to warn thy people of my brood brother's coming. That thou wouldst dare ask more of me but affirmeth thine incurable arrogance. Says man so isolated he is the most ignorant of them all.
Man's betrayal. You seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope?
Perceivest thou such light in the dusk of mine existence? Can we make dragon-sized antidepressants?
If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Azel upon your back?
Yazel, piteous, deluded Yazel. The child did lament her past sins, and sought to balance the scales with her remaining days. 'Twas her unquenchable passion, that so alike that my beloved, which did spur me into flight. And for mine own part, I would countenance no longer the hands of evil men to use my brood brother's eye for ill. Elegans also killed Bahamut and trapped Tiamut. Then to also lose his sister. Yeah, to be fair, isn't the one dragon still tied up at the, fortress, though? Now that he can go see her, does he ever consider doing so?
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Spare me thine idle sophistry. Even were there a mote of truth in thine reasoning, what of it? Wouldst thou have me slay my own sibling to save a city of mortals? Depends.
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin.
Do you want your piece or not?
When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours.
I'm not even initially asking you to slay him, I'm asking you to confront him, which means talk.
Alas, your brother Wyrm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Thou wouldst strike down thy friend, and by example thy righteousness, persuade me to break mine oath and kill my kindred. Oh yeah, speaking of which, this old dude's been in my back pocket this whole time. Hear me, my child. The servants of Hydaelyn envisioned a different outcome. They intend salvation not only for Ishgard, but for the doomed Dragon Slayer as well. He's like, how long has that been with you? Whole time, man. Whole time. Believest thou the shade to be Nidhogg returned? It is not merely a manifestation of his vengeance, the shadow cast by the brood brother's rage. I would not command thee, but ponder well thy course, lest it lead thee unto greater remorse. While this shade of vengeance remains, the future will ever be uncertain. Help us save our companion. Nidhogg's transformation into rage incarnate is, in part, of my own doing. I rendered unto him mine eye, and empowered his revenge thereby. But 'tis the purity of my own brood brother's wrath that lendeth him his all-surpassing might. Hast thou the strength of will to stand against so terrible a shadow, I wonder? 'Twould seem I must put thee and thy companions to the proof. I shall await thee in the ruins where Ratatosk once dwelled. Heed well the words of my children, and hasten thee to the place of thy trial. There's a part of me this whole time that's like, God, you're so old. And then even Gramps pops out and is like, God, you're so old. And I'm older. And I think you're old. All three of us are just like, fucking boomer. And then the Grandpa Dragon pops out and is like, fucking boomer. But even your elders pop out to say that. I think you might have done fucked up. Another day, another trial. Such ordeals must seem almost mundane to you by now. Would that I could say the same. I believe I spied a wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom Heavensward spoke. Come, my friends, let's not keep our escort waiting.
Yeah, was it in this area that the den is?
Yeah, that. I bet he's there. I bet Harry Spelgar is in whatever this is. This churning, angry structure. Also, I did modify my Twitch chat to be less restrictive for text, but apparently it still nabs random stuff, so sorry. I might adjust it further. Another day, another trial. Okay, they say the same things. My broodmates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. Sorkai? Sourkai? Actually. Enter with NPCs. Am I right? I paused a little when I swore. I don't remember what the pause was for. It might have been because they were talking. Cloud Gardener. Squares. Got squares.
Doesn't matter which one.
Wait, how did the other one get defeated first? DPS must have gone crazy on that one. Well, I focused on this one. Sometimes my brain just has loading moments, okay? English doesn't quite come as naturally to me as you'd think. Language in general doesn't. My brain speaks in pictures, but I can't exactly find a way to throw that up on screen. Not without mind reading. Let's grab this into the fray. Oh, there is more over there. Didn't see the cubes. They match the scenery. No cubes. Alright, shields up. Let's give DPS a headache. Used to doing such big pulls in co-op. And then whoa, what was that? I think it threw me. Oh yeah, it made a whirlwind there. Wonder if we use it to get over the gate.
You underestimate me. Away with you.
Nope, guess not. It's just weird. Chieftain Moglin? Why? Why are you here?
As far as you go, Bryn. Your ridiculous name won't make it past me.
Why are you here, Kupo? Is this because I couldn't remember your friend's name? I said I'm sorry. And with several palm guards. It introduced another one, but I didn't get to read his name fast enough. Who's cast and holy?
There's no time for naps. Everyone fights. No one quits.
Mogsoon. I'm guessing the dragon is a few hundred years old. Yep. A few hundred years old and really bad at understanding mortality. Ooh, a handful of people did something really bad in the past. I should say a handful of humans did something really bad in the past. I'm gonna punish everyone for it. Hundreds of generations in. Get him out of the circle. Nope, he won't leave. Oh, wait. Didn't work the way I wanted to. I thought I could interrupt that. I could not. Oh, heck. I don't see a way out of that, Kupo! Oh gosh, do I have a healing in here somewhere? What are these? Just pop everything. I'm screwed, Kupo. The fact that that message cuts off, I can't tell if it's on purpose, but you have issues enunciating your words, and other times same. If that's meant to be on purpose, same. Sometimes brain just 404s for a little while. Like a wireless signal out in the country.
Release. Away with you.
Okay, that's not when I can interject.
No time for naps, Kupo. Everyone fights and nobody quits.
Yeah, I can't interject that, so can I interrupt it? Can I kick him in his Moogle beans? No, I cannot.
Away with you!
Unholy! Unholy palm.
Away with you!
I always feel like maybe I shouldn't be standing in that.
I'm not the chieftain because I'm the biggest. I'm the chieftain because I'm the baddest.
Oh, there is a tiny little spot. Can I make it? Can I make it? Heck yeah! I probably gotta have him on the arena edge. Oh, what's this? I'm still awake. Ow. Come follow me, so that when you use your super again, it leaves me a gap. I noticed that, Kupo.
That's enough. You made your point. This is a fight to the death, Kupo.
Whee! Do I sometimes do something accidentally random without thinking about it and then realize what you did? Yeah, what do you mean? Like a stim? Sometimes I play with things unconsciously. I have a bunch of fidget stuff on my desk, and sometimes you can hear like little clicks or whatever. Like, little occasional little clicks like that. But I don't like black out or anything. What hatched and is it? It's really bad. Is a stim like your brain zoning out or blacking out? Sometimes, not blacking out, but sometimes you can zone out for a little while. Zone out is a not really pay attention. You're still thinking about stuff. You're just not paying attention to what's like going on around you. Blacking out would be like physically passing out. Which, no. It's not like your brain goes empty either, you're just thinking about something else. Sort of like staring out the window when you're really, really, really bored at school. I have a tendency to sometimes pop my knuckles, which I know people don't like hearing. I do it without thinking, and then I'm like, oh, oops, damn it. But that also happens even when I'm cold. Sometimes you hear things pop, it's just because my joints are cold. And they lock up. If not kept warm. Perfect timing for the yelling that. Down with you, it actually goes down. Prophet bangles. All this stuff is probably super outdated. I'm looking for things that aren't equipment when I'm opening these chests, like if there's any potential pets. Minions. Yeah, stimming, aka self-stimulatory behavior, is basically, like DJT said, it's repetition of physical movement, sounds, words, moving objects, or other behaviors. It's a type of fidgeting that's used to keep your brain a little bit more focused. Some people do it unconsciously, and some people do it consciously. I have a tendency to play with stuff between my hands, but I have sharp nails, and that also means I have a tendency to rip things to pieces on accident. So, better to have some stim toys on my desk at all times than wind up with little paper tissue balls everywhere. Or tears in fabric, or scratched up hands. Oops, don't know what this one is. Stand over here, I guess. This is a new one. New mechanic. Okay. Gonna be for me. Cloud call. I summoned a rain cloud. Oops. Didn't realize the side of the arena was all messed up. I need healing. Oof. Ow. I really need healing. Running. Why is everybody running? Ooh, that's why everybody's running. Yeah, even when my nails are kept really, really short, they're still super duper sharp, so I have to be kind of careful. Is it down here? Nope, this is the way I came. Must be over here. Inventory really quick. Don't need these. Let's make some room. Praise Felgar Broodling. I don't want to kill the baby dragons. Leave the children out of this. You normally do it when you're nervous or anxiety spikes. It's usually when I do it too, or if I'm in a lot of pain. That's actually how you guys can sometimes tell if I'm not doing too well, if you can hear me moving around a lot. Oh, there he is. Hast thou weathered my trial thus far, but I am not not done, I think. Or if my voice is extra echoey for the day because I'm too far away from the microphone. Because I'm sitting in such a way that I'm not super duper close enough to it. Notice that in my own videos either. Sometimes my audio is fine and other times it's really echoey, and I think it's usually because of how I'm sitting. Where I'm positioned compared to the microphone. Oh, another one coming in. Viking ring. Because the longer I go, the more I tend to start slouching to the point that I'm in this chair more like an otter on their back than I am physically sitting. I do have a cushion under the desk too that I rest my feet up on, so... You know how otters float on their backs? And they use little things to crack open seashells? Yeah, basically I have a tendency to start sitting like that after a while. So just picture like an otter with a little game controller, and there you go. You get how I wind up sitting at the end of streams. Nidhogg will spare thee no clemency. And I think thus neither will I, he said. Alright. Here's the bosses here. Come, warrior, show me what strength doth remain in this frail mortal shell. The sky is the domain of dragons. How wilt thou contend with not being able to read the text fast enough? Also, this is similar to... Okay, so if I see that, maybe go away from it? Not quite sure what that mechanic means yet. I recognize this one, though. Should I be standing there, though? Or were my party members just dumb? At least they're smart enough to move away from me for this one. Mostly. Like, hey guys, unless you're a tank or a monk, maybe don't be up close to the boss when you get that mechanic. All of you guys have ranged attacks. And or don't cause the boss to move. Okay, whole arena's iced up. Oops! Let's see if I can very carefully, I could almost very carefully, if I can get it to control. If I can... You know, for someone who grew up in an icy climate, you'd think I'd be a little bit better at the slip and slide. There we go. You almost had it perfect, boys. Oh, but no, can I get some healing up in this?
For the House of Levier!
Okay, why is it not letting me? Thank you. Let me target the dragon, please. As I withstood my scrutiny, mayhap there is hope. Oops. Getting desperate. I'm starting to do the desperation click. Tell where that one's gonna be. Just in case. We're so close. So you're not even gonna talk to me after that? I feel like when you win an argument with your parents and now they won't talk to you. Apologies orchestral. It didn't feel like an apology. More like he owes me one. His model? Oh. They kind of introduced a lot of new mechanics in this dungeon. Even bereft of an eye, my brood brother was a fearsome foe indeed. But having tasted thy strength firsthand, full well can I imagine how thou didst bring him low. The dread title of Azure Dragoon is no empty appellation. Very well. I shall trust in the seed of man one last time. But thy deeds shall the flickering hope that lingereth yet within my heart be kindled anew, or extinguished forever. I see his children have come to join us. That you yet stand as ready proof of your determination, mortals. Let us fight as allies, then, and together brandish my brood brother's vengeful shade. My oath, the wrath that was once Nidhogg shall meet its end. You kicked my butt, and therefore you are good people. However, I will hold entirely different standards for those who have slain my previous kin. This I swear on the memory of my beloved Shiva, and on the soul of lost Ysael. Who practically was her reincarnation, but I was too blind to see it. It was your maiden Endwalker, the fight. Countless times have I fought the minions of Nidhogg, but never did I imagine that I would one day face Svelgar himself. Oh, my poor ribs. That was a painful reminder of the Great Wyrm's might. You weren't even on the front line, Alphino. And had he truly meant to harm us, we would not be standing here now. Plainly his intent was to teach. His onslaught forced me to recall my training, about the speed of the dragon, his balance, his blind spots. It was, in short, a very thorough lesson. We had an audience, Kupo. What was that about?
Kupo. Friend, let me begin by congratulating you on the completion of your trial. For once with a name more befitting of a jester, you fought with the savagery of a rabid demon. Do you see how my wings are kinked? Even my palm aches. After this drubbing, I fear my loyal subjects will have to bear the load of my personal chores for quite some time, Kupo. Possibly indefinitely.
I don't think he had any.
What? When I told you about Brent's trial, I didn't mean for you, the rest of us, to suffer. That's triple shifts for you, Moghan. Triple? But that's not fair! There's no justice, Kupo. None at all.
The last fight used to have you jump between platforms. Oh.
Our negotiations proved rather more strenuous than I had anticipated, but the results seem well worth the effort.
The battle was indeed hard won. Thank you, my friends. I would never have earned Svelgar's cooperation had you not seen fit to grant me yours. 'Twas your stalwart heroism that moved the heart of the Great Wyrm at the last. Any gratitude I can offer is but poor reward for your continued service to Ishgard.
Twould seem our final reckoning with the dread Wyrm is at hand. I only wish we had some inkling as to when he means to strike. Oh gods.
The cry heraldeth his coming. Nidhogg's shade hath taken wing.
It has begun. We must away to Ishgard.
Careful what you wish for, Alphino. He spoke it into truth. I pray we are not too late. The end of the song. To the song. Ishgard would not last long against Nidhogg and his horde. We must away. You gonna give me a ride or what? Know you then what this roar portendeth?
Aye. I must return to my city without delay.
Then we shall lend you our wings. Let us meet with Nidhogg on the field of battle, and together bring an end to his wrathful song. I get the big boy himself. This bridge again? This bridge is starting to feel a bit cursed.
Remember your training! We hold fast until the Lord Commander returns. Ugh. We must hold.
What is even on the bridge that is burning? It's made of stone. The entire idea behind stone buildings is fireproofness.
By the Fury. That one is the size of Nidhogg.
Yeah, about that, man. Oh no, it's me. Maybe don't land in the fray where they can't tell it's good or bad.
Lord Commander!
You are late, Warrior of Light.
That's the first thing you say to me. You want my aid or not? Wherefore standeth thou with these vermin, brother? Abandon this war, Shade. The suffering thou sowest serveth no end. The traitor's progeny have learned of their forefathers' betrayal, and seek now to make amends with our kind. Never shall our grief be assuaged, nor our loss forgotten. Reconciliation may yet hath the spread of the plague of enmity. Forsake thy vengeance, and be at peace. What soft-headed ramblings are these? Thy dalliance with that vile maid hath robbed thee of thy wits. Mayhap her cloying perfume have made thee forget the stench of our brood sister's lifeblood. Oh look, all we had to get him on our side was to have his wife get insulted. Thou darest speak thus of my beloved? Ah, so the flames of rage may yet be kindled. I fear thy heart's fire had long since gone out, but waste not thy fury on words, brother. Thou shalt have need of it for battle. So you watch countless people die and you do nothing. Man says one bad thing about your wife and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill him. Is this bridge even gonna hold? I thought it was falling, but it appears to be going up. Sweetie, your body is not gonna shield her from that. Don't I look cool? He poses. It missed us both, but I'm taking the credit somehow. Oh, this bridge really ain't gonna hold. If this rage summons a primal, I swear to God, this looks like the ultimates in Final Fantasy XII. I'm about to have a super attack come down on my head. Maybe don't stand under it. Oh, see, that is a detached wing. After all that, you even went Super Dragon form and your brother still came out on top. Thou art weak, Hrisvelgar, a slithering worm who fawneth on the vermin who should rightly be his prey. For 1,000 years have I fought without cease, and thou didst think to prevail against me? Glory not in victory, Shade. The battle is not yet won. My power and my hope have I entrusted to another. Oh, wait, your eyes are gone. I thought they were just closed. Thine eye, what hast thou done? Who has it? Oh, I have it. Technically, if I have Gramps in me, don't I now have 3 dragon eyes, if we're being technical about it? Fool, thou wouldst trust a mortal with thy strength? I know thee. 'Twas thou who didst intrude upon my lair, and best the half of me. But now that I'm whole, and naught in creation shall deny me my vengeance. It's a Dragon Ball. Oh no, it kind of is. The final steps of the faith, now accessible. Technically, I have to go through this entrance because there's a big gaping hole in the bridge. I might actually do it in this class, though. It's Githeriath. I have to go in. Potentially with other people. Suddenly anticlimactic. As we have to potentially wait for people. Says it's approximately a 5-minute wait. Surprised people don't make edits of these cutscenes. A lot of people do. If you search AMVs on YouTube, a lot of people have a tendency to make edits that way. And list them as such. So if you search like a series name and then like AMV, you can usually find music videos. Sometimes they call them GMVs for like game music videos. Midgard is more tethered. The baby dragon is basically a telephone. So I don't get as much of his power, you're saying. I don't think there's an NPC option for this one, is there? No, there isn't. I have to do it with people. Shoot. Awkward. Wonder how often people do this one. I get the singularity reactor a lot in my rotations. But now I get to see if it actually appears in my duty finder. In the meantime, we're probably getting copywritten by music. Cool. Hopefully I get to keep the music in. The last one got copyright struck. It's just shared revenue. I'm fine with shared revenue, I just don't want it to be a strike. Similar to my 13 playthrough, my Final Fantasy XIII playthrough. Yeah, healer is quicker. Usually is. Is that what I'm gonna be doing from now on? Switching to healer for this. Bingo! Moment of silence for the bridge. I'll summon my fairy as soon as I get in. no, first time here. Oops. 2 eyes. Really? 1 down already. Somebody else already has the res on. Okay, let's get one for you. Shield for thee. Shields for thee. Kind of want to be standing a little bit closer to these guys, just because my regenerative abilities are proximity based. All of them at once, huh? Oh no! It's because of the vulnerability. I want to stand closer to proximity, I say. And then I absolutely eat an attack. Nice, Bren. I have a bad feeling about that. Oh, tether. Tether? Close together or be together? Okay, it's a snap tether. I was gonna say I felt bad about that, but I didn't have time to get the shield up. Wait. Oh, you did a super fuse with the Stinian. I see. Next, I need to be a little bit closer for my healing to have full effect. Oh, I don't even have one. Do now! Gotta stay far enough away to not die. To also, where is my lucid dreaming? Thank you. I will stay right here, thank you. I feel like there's gonna be some sort of down coming. Maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, tanks first. The other guy's already got the res. My regular one's not back up yet. Where are the fireballs? Can't do anything with the fireballs, or it's just gonna explode in my face. Have you ever had a lucid dream? Yes, all my dreams are lucid dreams. If anything, it's weirder to me that people are a spectator in their dreams. What do you mean you don't have agency while you sleep? Oh, can't commend anyone. Nobody's left. How you doing, Estinian? You ready for that bath?
Estinian!
Still got the eyes.
Is this to be mine end? Nay, I will not allow it. I am of the first brood. I am vengeance incarnate. I am Nidhogg!
Are you the first brood, though? Because dragons had to come from somewhere, and we're pretty sure they maybe came from space. You're the first brood maybe on this planet.
Thou shalt die by my hand!
This is not your hand, Wyrm!
Okay, but how is he joking you through the armor?
Wilt obey?
Maybe he's crushing the armor, but also there is a protection for a reason?
Favor of you, warrior of light. Finish me now, while I have the beast subdued.
We're just gonna attempt to pull them out instead of stab them out.
You waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way. Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty.
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you!
Whose hand is this? Oh. Not fully absorbed into the live stream, are we? This one's harsher font, isn't it? Chat saying eat the eyes, but you know what? That is technically a viable option. That would curse us with the dragon's blood as well. Undone by mortal will. I'm whiter now? He no longer has the stank of darkness.
Cast them into the abyss!
But then somebody in the abyss can use them. We just picking a direction here? That's not the abyss, it's just a pit. It has a bottom. People can find them again. Dragons can fly. What does that solve? How do I lucid dream? I don't know, it's just my default.
He lives. Ah, Estinian, my ill-fated friend. Lucia, summon the healers. I want them ready to receive him.
I am right here!
At once, Lord Commander.
Allow me to do this much, at least.
Man, at least you can fly with a missing wing. The horde have sensed the fall of their master and scattered to the winds. Also, can we give him the other eye back?
My gratitude, Hraesvelga. Your deeds this day have saved a great many lives.
Then our alliance have served its purpose. Thou didst wield the power I granted thee well. 'Twas thine own skill and not mine eye which earned thee victory. Did we not give it back? Did we not give the other ones to him? I wish thy companion a swift recovery. Please bathe him for the love of Hydaelyn. Fare you well, children of man.
The battle is won. We can do no more for Estinian now than bear him home and wish him well.
Like, wash him well.
The rest we must trust to the hands of the healers and the grace of the gods.
And a ton of soap. He just forgot his eye. Maybe? Did I use it up? Is it stuck in me for good? Do I get the dragon curse that way? Through the haze of pain, I swear I sensed, but no. The past is done, and we must look to the future. At long last, Nidhogg is gone, his foul spirit cast out once and for all. I only pray that Estinian survives the ordeal. Okay. Don't know how much longer these quests go. Let me look. We are at Heroes of the Hour, so there's 2 more here, which finishes off this patch, so I might finish off this patch. Your battle with Nidhogg Shade will beget many an epic ballad, and rightfully so. I was without a doubt one of your more epochal victories, though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake, had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Estinian's mail. Yet even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friends remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia, and beg news of his condition. And earn the experience in a class that actually needs it. Probably at the church. Let us speak with Lucia. She'll know how Estinian fares. Ren, Master Elfino, my honored friends. As if winning Hraesvelgard to our case was not enough, you took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true saviors of the day were Bren and Estinian. One triumphed over Nidhogg's shade through strength of arms, and the other through strength of will. And speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The Azure Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of the Hospitalier Captain. I'm told that he's yet to regain consciousness. But as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely... Sir Emmerich is never long from Estinian's bedside, and will send word with the moment there is any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmont and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Come, Bren, 'twould seem that we are waited at the Forton Manor. Pray call upon Lord Edmont. I gather Forton Manor holds its breath for your return. Throughout Heavensward and its war, I'm alone, am the Dragon Eye Stealer. Alas, I am not. No, the beginning of this war started because someone else stole Dragon Eyes. And it cursed their blood for every future generation, so that if anybody here comes into contact with more dragon blood by consuming it, they themselves turn into dragons. That's the curse I am worried about.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Wyrm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you.
Thanks. Maybe feed me. I'll take that as recompense.
And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
In other words, he didn't do anything.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had Chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
For yourself, or to try and visit Estinian again?
Our Master Alphino has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts.
Good news, they can treat both.
In which respect he has come to resemble you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
We will not begrudge your time spent at the comrade's sickbed. At long last, Nidhogg is gone. No true son of Ishgard could wish for more. Yet scores of my brother knights fell in battle, and I find my joy tempered by their loss. Without the guiding hand of yours truly, House Halientar's famous dragon killers wouldn't have killed half as many dragons just now, as I shall be sure to tell my lady when we next meet. My lord's irrepressible optimism were ever fixed upon something about which he had cause to be optimistic. I dare not think what he might achieve. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to get him to put in some effort somehow for that to be the case. Okay, I might visit the shopping district first, really quickly, just so I can actually claim all the prizes. Trust and withdraw. Do we have any duplicates? No. Duplicates, dear. Duplicates. Yes. There's at least one. Can deal with it later. Some of these I can also sell. It's like this Nidhogg card. I already have it? When would I have gotten it? Huh? How? Is that a glitch? This card has already been claimed. Does it have more than one drop location? How is that possible? Just gonna sell some of these. Anything else that I know I don't need? Not off the top of my head. Just want at least 3 slots. Assuming down here. I don't see it though. The foundation. Yeah, it's up here. Estinian is resting at our infirmary. The sick beds are front line now, and the battle to save the wounded continues unabated. Though our principal foe lies defeated, we shall continue to keep order inside the walls and protect the citizenry. With that much at least, the duties of the Temple Knights remain unchanged. Bren, my friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphino. He's come to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at Estinian's side, I could not well refuse him. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Hraesvelgar's trial and all that followed. Estinian is blessed to have such devoted comrades. He's, not being influenced by the eye, is he? But we tossed it into the ravine, so I'm hoping not. My own friendship with Estinian began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Estinian barely recognized my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained, had Faith not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon. We were only 2 to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, such as life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge for the death of his parents, and revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that Alphino he sees something of his lost sibling. And in the ungentile chidings of Estinian, Alphino has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Estinian's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Alphino's affection for him. He is a friend for whom I would gladly... Good gracious. Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Is he? Tell them I'm on my way. Knock over everything, why don't we? So it's over then. I did not take the Azure Dragoon for a man to pass in his bed. Quickly, we must go to him. Upon proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Oh, no. Do I have enough time for these? How long are they? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make it to the end of the patch. And then the patch is like, potentially really, really long. I don't know how long I have until today. Do I have until 6? Or do I have until longer? I don't know. Do we got an estimate on this? I didn't think it was the last patch, though. About 30 minutes max. We can probably squeeze it then. It says there's 3.4 after this.
Estinian.
Yeah, you get to actually see his face for once. I've seen it before from the trailers, but I think this is the first time we get to actually see it in the game.
Is he dead? I can't tell.
No, he's alive.
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphinaud thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphinaud. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvogr to aid in his brood brother's downfall, I cannot imagine.
Technically, I didn't.
Full glad am I that you did. 'Tis an honor to share the mantle of Azure Dragoon with one such as you.
Technically, Gramps did it.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
Nothing was like, yeah, I cared for you. How dare you?
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness.
Can we maybe undragonfy some other people then? If it's true for them as well?
The Wyrm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike.
But also then doesn't it kind of fall to the other dragons to say, hey, Dad, Gramps, knock it off.
Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest.
It's still not washed. Get rid of that.
Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
Trust me, buddy, if you're not getting rid of that, I'm getting rid of that. I will forge you a new one. I am willing to give you actual Azure armor if you please get rid of that.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
The nurse says, get out. We should probably listen.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident.
Oh, if only.
His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords. Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept.
By which you mean you got peer pressured back into it?
That the winds of gentle revolution came to stir.
I was gonna say, there's no way that passing went quickly and easily. When does it ever? Even like Final Fantasy X. Yay, we can live our lives without sin! And then the sequels. Oh my god, we're living our life without sin. What do we do?
Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace.
It is the only thing holding us together. Now we're all at each other's throats. Get to ride it for fun this time.
People looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age.
Guess Dragoon's gonna get some new meaning to it. You're supposed to be in bed, sir. Which wing even got torn? There's 3 on that side.
Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten. The din of war.
I guess it's on this left.
To a rising litany of peace and hope.
I can see he's only got 2 whole ones on the left, so I guess it is gone. But he can still fly just fine, so... Seems to be more of an aesthetic problem than a physical one. From the Memoirs of Count Edmond de Fotam, Heavensward. Am I the only one who really hates the sound of feather pens? They're like nails on a chalkboard to me. Hey, it's the logo at the beginning of the game! I'm guessing it says Heavensward on it. In their fantasy scrawl. Left unmade, more like he's gone and run off. I just now noticed one of the horns was taken off too, from the helmet. It's got a uke helmet. Oh, Asinian, he's out there somewhere though. And there we go, Litany of Peace. A whole bunch of cutscenes. And more to come, apparently. I was gazing out at the sea of clouds, in all too rare a moment of idleness, when I chanced to behold a certain hero winding their way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Bren. This is my home now? Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of a more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. It's almost like this isn't the final expansion. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters. Am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is it that places me at the pinnacle, an archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords? World is weird that way, man. But these questions are for me to answer. How do you think I feel? I'm a nobody who's not even from this continent, and yet I slay your gods. It's not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which I now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must me reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers raise proudly from the fundament of our legacy. Like, did I read that right at first? Yes, I did. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Justinian has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Did you ever happen upon him, unmannerly friend, on your travels? Pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alphino. Maybe he needs to take his own journey too. Learn to see the world unclouded by hate. Right, back to Fort Tom Manor. And where now? I'm down by the broom. Maybe, I think. Is it down here? I'll go for this crystal. Yeah, because there still should be some more Heavensward. Credits didn't technically roll. I don't know if they will. But it says I have a 3.4 patch, a 3.5, and a 3.56 that still needs doing, so we're technically not done with MSQ. And I still have all the side questing to do.
You've saved the day again, Bren. Not that I could have ever doubted that you would.
You spoke with Sir Emmerich. I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Emmerich to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Ascian machinations and a seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. Here we go, here's the things I wanted to get. A wind-up Emmerich, Dragon's Strong orchestration roll, and an alpine coat, which is what everybody in this house is wearing. In the wake of Ishgard's governmental reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. Oh, can I now travel to, like, the Shroud and stuff? Lenosha? Thanalan? You're part of his other scouting party. Warrior of Darkness. What you doing here? That's not where I cast the eyes, is it? It's like he's nodding in agreement with me. I have bad feeling.
I told you that's not just an endless abyss. It has a bottom. People can visit the bottom.
Things can fly. We can ride things that fly.
Oh my gosh, throwing things away in nature doesn't cause them to automatically disappear? Who'd have thought?
Thank you, Blanhairs. Nay, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected, then. Ah, there's naught to concern us, besides from one overly curious mouse.
Elise, is that you?
Or maybe it's Alphino. That's Thancred's. Yeah, it's Alphino. This way.
No, it's Elise. Red Ribbon.
Him again. It's of no moment. They'll play their part, and we will play ours. And thus did grey mists give way to azure skies, man and dragon rise above, voices joined in song, but beneath shrouded bows, beneath the scope of light, shadow stirs.
.3 complete. There we go.
Alright, that means we can start off on another actual patch in the next time I stream. For now, I'm actually going to do a quick society quest, because I do believe I have another one done. Yes, I have the Vanu Vanu done. So I'm going to pay a quick visit, since I think I have time, to the Vanu Vanu. Let's say hi to the bird people. It's a good time for intermissions. Intermissions between missions. Oops, that is... my bad. Sun drop the beat.
Ren, Black Wings bring terrible news. The Vundu learn of Aksandu Naki's existence. Chief Hanu storms into Aksandu and demand that Chief Sanu surrender us back to the Vundu. If Chief Sanu does not do as Handu commands, then he threatens to smash our villages into splinters and toss the remains into the clouds. Chief Sanu calls to Aksandu to discuss this turn of events, and he requests that Bren come as well. Quickly to Aksandu.
You find we move out. Form own independence.
Chief Sanu, Aksundu faces destruction because of the Gundu. For that, Linu Valley offers 1,000 apologies for every Vanu of Aksandu. Linu Valley, the fault lies not with the Gundu. As inevitable as floods that follow enduring rains, the Vundu greed eventually swallows all. But we will not stand idly by. The time to fight back has come. Chief Sanu, the Zundu will not accept this. We cannot ignore the might of the Vundu. Our tribe will not fight battle they cannot win. A chief cannot ignore the voices of his tribe. If the Zundu do not fight as one, then Sanu sees no way, no way through these troubled mists. The Zundu cowers in their huts before the Vundu's tempest. Predictable. Very well, the surrender us to Chief Hanu. Joyous he will be to receive an offering from his slaves. Slaves? Enough of Linu Vanu's slights. The Zundu only fight if victory is assured. Even Payasa calls them cowards. Gundu fight until last Vanu. A warrior death brings more honor than bondage. Brother, be calm. You must think. Even if Zundu join us, to take up arms against the Vundu means certain death. Certain death! But fighting is not the only way. We will send them fleeting with the Sundrop dance. Sister, do you not remember? When Vundu attack Aksandu, they stand stoic as totem poles before the dances of our fiercest warriors. It is useless. Do not forget many Gundu betrayed their own that day, robbing us of the strength unity brings. But now we fight for a new home, and freedom. Let us dance as one and drive the Vundu before us. Linu Valley, that is no easy task. The Zundu live peacefully for countless moons, and they forget what it is to fight. If they dance before Chief Hanu, and he casts his baleful gaze upon them, it is Zundu who run. Still, there may be a way. Perhaps if the Zundu see a mighty warrior's Sundrop dance, then as rain breathe life into wilting flower, their courage will be born anew. A mighty warrior. Suddenly, all eyes turn to me. I bet. Small thing, can you dance? Ah, but does a mighty warrior not stand before us, the one who cast the white himself down from the skies? Certainly they can rouse their vigor. Chief Sanu is right. Bren dance kindles Linu Valley's courage, washing away the fear from their heart. Bren, will you Sundrop dance and show the Zundu and Netherling's fury? I'm literally in martial arts form, and yet I take offense to that. We breakdance to hurt people, dear. We can fell a god through our breakdancing. Just do it. Linu Valley teaches Bren the steps. But first, all who wish to learn the dance must submit themselves before our ancestors. Worry not, Linu guides you along the way. Come, Bren, meet Linu at the entrance to Aksundu. Ah, the time has come for Sister to lead. Linu Vanu may be chief, but sometimes he wonders who is most fitting to sit in the chief's roost. You know, last time I danced for somebody in this game, I wound up partially engaged.
You wish to teach me the Sundrop dance? Wait until you see my ultimate secret technique, the Manderville.
Bren, we must first visit the ancestral statues. 2 of them tower over the islands in Cloud Sea, in the shape of Great Vanu Vanu, the first of our kind. Bren must dance atop the statues, laying bare their spirit of judgment for our ancestors. Only with their approval can Bren earn the right to the Sundrop dance. Here lies the first statue, the mother of all Vanu. Go and dance atop the statue with zeal.
Feels strangely sacrilegious, but okay. Dance upon the statue. Where? Oh, it's right here. Couldn't see it on the map. Oh, this is a head. I just now realized. These are the feather ears. It's a beak. Dance away, I guess. Do I dance in life? I mean, I don't usually often. I can, technically. Oh, I'm technically not targeting the spot. I danced for the bird. I danced for the wrong bird. You lose yourself in the dance and lay bare your spirit to the Vanu Vanu ancestors. I mean, most of what you learn for martial arts is dance, and it keeps you limber. Does that count? The violent winds of a monsoon gale could not match the ferocity of Bren's dance. One more statue remains, the father of all Vanu. Ninu awaits you at Vunduok Spendu. Which is... Oh my god, it's all the way over there. It's all the way over there. It's on the opposite side of the map. What is a dance but rhythmic moving? Well, I guess I understand rhythm, considering I can play instruments. Does playing certain instruments count as a dance in a way? For the most part, I tend not to, simply it does not fit my personality. Even in martial arts, you're supposed to cry out when you do that, Bren. No, yeah, we're not doing that part. It makes your punches stronger. 1, no it doesn't. 2, you have me pitted exclusively against men already. Do I need to be stronger?
Climb atop the statue and show the father of all Vanu your dance. Do not attempt to hold back. The statue stands strong against the most thunderous stamps. Go, Bren. Linu Vali watches from here.
Assuming it's the statue right here. You lose yourself in the dance and lay bare your spirit to the Vanu ancestors. Dance to open that bird chakra.
Such a dance, and with it the ancestors of the Vanu know full well the constitution of your spirit. Does Bren not feel them smiling down in approval?
I shrug my shoulders. I guess?
No, then perhaps only Vanu can feel the warmth of their smiles. Nonetheless, it's time to return to Oxundu. Come, Bren.
Sorry, I tried to leave the camera zoomed in a little more for cutscenes and stuff. But I kind of forget. You need it pulled back in battle, for sure, but sometimes I forget to put it back. That you guys don't have the same bitrate that I do.
Bren submits their spirit before the ancestors and earns the right of the Sundrop Dance. Pay attention, for it's easy to miss the subtlety of the movements among its fury. Learn it well and reawaken the Zundu's courage.
It doesn't look the same because I'm so tiny compared to the birds. No reaction?
Such power, such strength. Netherling moves with fury of raging typhoon.
Do I?
Magnificent. The White himself cowers among the clouds. Our hearts stir with fury. We will dance. Zundu will dance. Netherling's dance rivals even Chief Unu's in its wrath. The dark mist lifts, and the path we must walk becomes clear. Gundu and Zundu shall dance as one and put the Vundu to flight. The Vundu will flee like frightened gale cats.
And we learn the Sundrop Dance. The Gundu totem pole has been built in Gundunaki to show reverence to the tribe's ancestors. Are we not gonna dance? Or is that a next time thing? Reputation up. Has increased to honored. New Vanu side quests are now available. Oh, is this not done compared to... No, it's not. I still have one more to go with the Vanu Vanu. Compared to the Both's Bloodsworn. I didn't dance often, it was just martial arts practice. Do I think of a song? Usually not really. I don't have like one favored anything really. Alright, there we go. Let's return and take our rest, for we have been streaming for quite a while. Been streaming for nearly 3 hours. So, I made not only my intended goal, but much further, which is cool. Only a few more MSQs to go as well. Some of these appear like they might be a little shorter. Yeah, this next one is 10 quests, although the last one I just did, Revenge of the Horde, was 6 quests, so maybe not. It really depends on the content within the quests themselves. Some are longer or shorter than others, depending on cutscenes. So for now, this is where I'm gonna call it. And we finished off a chapter of Heavensward, so it makes me feel confident about making it potentially to the end of Heavensward before summer comes and makes this game literally too hot to handle. So that's what I'll do for then I'll start taking up other projects in the summer, and then I'll return for Stormblood in the fall, I think. But for now, thank you so much to everyone who has joined. There's still quite a bit of Heavensward though, so don't worry. And I hope to see you all in future videos and streams. Bye-bye.